嗯
Hello everyone, our team from Siqima, Wei Junjiao, and me, Zhiping Li. Today we are going to talking about field concept from Cameroon and the basis of American victories. So I will be for me, I will be discussing organizational change and culture integrations using the story of real Americans as depicted in Victory US. Um, this documentary highlights the challenges Fuyao faced in transitioning from James's victory culture to its own management style. By analyzing this event start carbon and green change management framework, we can be better understanding the interplay between culture, integration, leadership, and resistance. For the next slide. Yes, about transition and transformer mode. First, the explore the transitional model. Cameron and Green in face that transition change, move an organization from one defined state to another and requires clear planning and communication. At Fuyao, this was a stretch where leadership, art, culture, vision of efficiently and the most about perfectibilities. The field to address employers' concerns about safety and equity. This disconnect created resistance and uncertainty and employers to GMC's their spaces cultures clash with fear hypertrophies, and also it's about non-union environments. So on the other hand, I think in transformational change requires complete and inclusive visions. Full leadership misses the opportunity to align its goal with the values of the Americans workforce. Like units, a shared vision would have bridged the cultural divide and fostered trust and collaborations. For the next slide. So this slide's about the second concept about the leadership challenge and cultural conflicts. So the leadership style plays an important role. Chinese based on Chinese ex expatriate leaders emphasize the perfectibility and the hierarchy, while American workers protect prioritizes job security and fair treatment. This cultural mismatch exacerbates tensions because neither side was fully attuned to the explanations of others. From Cameron and Green's effects that effectively change management requires leaders to recognize different perspective while ability to meet this challenge. And also it's about excitement and mistrust. So like about they mistrust everyone because they are during the culture shock and also feel didn't get changed. So about the next slide, the role of change team and the agents. The next slide, yes. Uh, Change agents and the team are critical to overcoming these challenges. These problems were exacerbated by Fuyao's fields to establish a dedicated change team. Cameron and Cameron from the book Cameron and Grace argue that a well-structured change team would have guide the transitions, fostered cultural understanding, and manages resistance. And for me, I feel unfortunately it's about Fuyao's lack a coordinate strategy from cultural integrations and communications, which left employees feeling alienated and unsupported. About the next slide, so it's about the particular advice. So about this one, three concepts about importance of change teams in managing threats and argument. Second, field gap, and the third one is about the recommendations from the communities. So if a change team has been established, it would have initiate a cultural exchange programs, uh, facilitate the workshop and agent leadership vision with employers' value, building trust, start open forum and mentoring aliens would have eased tensions. In addition, incorporate ratings from the Lewis Chase mode, of freezing old habit, shifting to a new practice and rephrasing them as the norm can be enhanced sustainable by transformations, which means when a company move to the new place, so they need to change basis on the culture from. And the last slide. So what we learned basis on the approach to change and the change teams, and also about the change agent. The full experience taught us the importance of the stress change management. Culture's integration is not just a soft skills; it is a strategy necessary. Organizations must invest in dedicated change teams, participate, transparent communications, and create a good inclusive versions to bridge the cultural divides. And the last is summaries, the full stories highlights the companies of organization change and cultural adaptations by applying frameworks such as Cameron and Green, the book. Organization can more effectively address these challenges, ensuring smoother transitions and stronger employers relationship. And so next one will be the cloud.
I'm Cindy. I will focus on the chapter 3 and chapter 8, these two areas, the metaphor and the framework for change, and also the culture change Fuyao face in the US market. And this insight guiding us in addressing the operation and cultural misalignment and that have hidden in the factory success. Next page. And our goal is to provide actionable strategies that balance efficiency and also with the adaptability and also ensure the long-term sustainability to provide actionable recommendations for managing effectively through the key areas that are challenging in managing change, cultural misalignment, that their impact and recommendations for sustainable leadership and cultural integration. Next page. So to begin, let's understand the situation Fuyao faced when expanding to the US market. So the factory now encountered a significant culture clash between its Chinese leadership's hierarchical and management style and the American force expectations for autonomy, inclusive, and safety. So workers resist the long hours and unsafety work conditions while leaders maintain the strict operational control. So these kind of issues lead to the unionization efforts and also reduce the moral and operational efficiency that creating both internal and external costs. So internally, high turnover, turnover and operational efficiency. Next pages. So one way to understand this challenge is to throw metaphor change. For example, the first one, the organization as machines, it focus on control and efficiency, ignore workers' moral and cultural expectation and recommendation is to use the levels, the three steps models to involve the employer, and for the organizations as an organism is need to adapt to US labor laws and culture, proactive the collaboration opportunities, and the recommendations to apply Kotter's A-step models for our cultural integration. For the organization as flux and transformation, struggle with unpredictable and innovative. Recommendations that use the system thinking framework to address interconnect challenges. Next pages. So let's talk about the culture misalignment and also the impacts. Since the model of the organization's cultures provide a useful framework for understanding the misalignment at Fuyao, and also it identify three levels of cultures, artifacts, explores the values, and also understand underlying assumptions. At Fuyao, visible artifacts such as strict productivity goals and hierarchical decision making reflect Chinese cultural norms that clash with Americans' expectations for collaboration and transparency, and expose values like efficiency and discipline, conflict with workers' priority for safety, respect, and underlying assumption about the authority and the labor went on questions deeply misunderstanding. Addressing this misalignment require aligning all three levels culture. So another framework, Cameron and Quintus, are competing values frameworks with overframes on hierarchy and lay claim and advocacy, and also result in poor employer engagement and limited adaptability. Next page. So cause of the inefficiency change management. To address this challenge, we recommend balancing metaphor like for the changes and also by internal cost and high turnover worker dissatisfaction, resistance, disrupted productivity. And for the external cost is legal risk from unionization efforts and reputation damage impact future growth. Next pages. So here are the recommendations for leading changes will yield like the significant benefit, and Fuyao will see improvement, employment satisfaction, enhanced productivity, and also reduce legal reputation risk by addressing culture and also operational changes. Fuyao can build a resilient organization capable of thriving the dynamic environment. Next pages. And here is a benefit to improve the employer's satisfaction and morale, enhance productivity and reduce resilience, stronger cultural alignment and adaptability, and also sustainability growth in the US market. Thank you. And also the key takeaways is the balancing the operational control with culture sensitivity is very important, and also the managing change effectively ensures the sustainability success. Next pages.
Okay, so here is me. I will talk about the challenges faced by Fuyao Glasses and depicted in the documentary American Factory. So specifically, I will analyze how the leadership responded to complex change and uncertain times using Cameron and Green's theories of change and where they fell short. So this story is a powerful example of difficulties leaders face when managing cultural, economic, and organizational transition. Herman Green described complex change, a situation where leaders must navigate multiple dynamic changes involving diverse stakeholders. And for your glasses, this complexity was evident in the three key areas. So first is a cultural conflict. The Chinese management styles emphasizes efficiency and obedience, while American workers valued job security and democratic decision-making. This difference created significant misunderstanding. And the second is the technology and process integration. The plant struggled to blend advanced Chinese manufacturing system with relatively inexperienced local workforce, and then is the employee resistance. American workers were unprepared for the high intensity demands of fuel operations, and the management failed to address this frustration. While fuel attempts to train workers in new technologies, they didn't implement a systemic challenge management strategy. For example, communication between leaders and workers was poor, creating mistrust and resentment. Leaders could have embraced cross-cultural collaboration by forming mixed culture teams to ensure mutual understanding. As Cromwell and Green suggest, leaders must acknowledge complexity and foster adaptability across the organization. And then the uncertain times. In uncertain times, leaders must make quick, flexible decisions to adapt to the external and internal challenges. Fuel Glasses face the three types of uncertainty. One is economic pressure. The company had to meet profitability goals in a higher competitivity in US market. And then is a union strength. Workers sought to unionize in response to harsh working conditions, creating tension with management. And the third is a global trade issue. Rising US challenging trade tension added to the unpredictability. While Fuel tried to address economic challenge by cutting costs and increasing automation, his approach further enlightened workers. Leadership didn't build trust or engage employees in solving problems. Collaboration activity, missing the opportunity to create a shared vision for the future. Common and Green emphasizes the importance of building trust during uncertainty. Fuel could have adopted more transition communication, explanations the company's struggle, and inviting employees to contribute to the solution. This approach would have created a more united, resilient workforce. In summary, the challenge faced by Fuel issues is the crucial role of effective leadership during complex change and uncertain times. By adopting a more systematic and adaptive approach, the leader could have bridged cultural divides, addressed this resistance, and built a stronger foundation for success. As Carroll and Green remind us, leading change isn't just about the managing process, it's about inspiring people to move forward together, even in the face of complexity and uncertainty. Thank you.